It's Thursday morning or Wednesday night on YouTube. It's your favourite show of the week. It's everyone's favourite show, the Footy with Marns. But unfortunately, Marns is out for the count. So we're stepping up. We've got a 24-year-old going to do the news. We're going to tip 22 games. It's going to be sick. Not as sick as Marnie, but pretty sick. So it's time to
bounce that pill.
Hello folks, welcome to the Footy with Marns. Sans Marns. Marns is out for the count. And we're wishing her well. If you could send her mental chicken soup, because she's a vegetarian, but a mental vegetarian broth or some mental armor force. What do you have? You never get sick, Tom.
Well, I'm constantly hay feverish, but I don't get like sick too bad.
Yeah, you spray antihistamines up your nose.
Yeah, every single day, and that keeps the hay fever away. But if I don't, my God, I'm like congested every day. But my biggest trick is I'm into like all the steaming and stuff.
Steaming.
You know, like getting all the liquid up your nose and shit. That's what I like when I'm sick.
Paddy, what do you take for illness when you maybe are run down from too many? From when you've done 19 VAFA games in minus degrees and in what do you take?
I am usually an orange juice fan. I like to go past the servo and buy orange juice in bulk and drink a lot of orange juice at inopportune times to drink orange juice at.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You said orange juice a lot, and I heard orange juice. I'll tell you what I do, and I'm pretty vocal about it. And can you, for the love of God, turn your damn notifications off?
Is that my
You're
iPad?
digging away.
I don't usually use my iPad.
Tom's using his iPad today. We're both sitting in bed.
Yeah.
But just to say, and I recommend this it's a little herbal remedy that I take whenever I'm ill. Steroids. Steroids, really make you feel better. And it's a good indicator of that you've taken the time to rest, because your body needs rest when you're sick. And Marnie, we hope you're resting, but have some steroids.
Yeah, it does work.
Yeah.
How are your bones?
My bones are hollow. But welcome to the Footy Tip. Now, here's the exciting thing. Obviously, the news is a large component of this show. Paddy tells me he's prepared news.
Yeah, fantastic.
And then we will do the tipping. I'm going to be pretty brutal on him. And I'm going to hold him to account, because Marns is a Quill Award-winning journalist.
Oh, exactly right.
And brings the news that matters.
Paddy did study journalism at school, at least.
See, at school?
Yeah, university.
You did journalism?
We've worked together for 9 months, and this is the first time you found this out.
But
you hired me, Broden. You looked at my resume. I think you did.
He was sort of just there.
Let's move on. But also, I bet we talked about it in that Mates episode like a week ago.
Sure, mate.
You're very well. You're accredited. I went to drama school and I played Ralph Nickleby in the Royal Shakespeare Company staging of The Adventures of Nicholas Nickleby.
How'd you go?
So I was stunning.
He was a star. He was a very good actor.
He played. Do you know who you played?
Tiny Tim or something?
Yeah.
No. Something Tim.
Yeah, Tim Lincolnwater.
Tim Lincolnwater.
Yes, Paddy.
I just want to add something just for the visual element. So I haven't seen you both physically since you obviously went on Drem Tour. The only time that I have seen you physically down my laptop is in bed together. And I'm really enjoying the dynamic.
Yeah. It's an awkward thing when I walk into Tom's room and then very slowly take off my shoes and then just sort of I'm doing it's 1:00 in the afternoon as well, and we're both just in the bed.
Yeah.
And I've taken a leg out because I don't know.
Warm?
Yeah, a bit warm.
Because you told me off for not snuggling on Monday.
Let's move on, all right? It's time for the news with Paddy Grindlay.
Get the fuck up!
Do you like how I said your last name?
Yeah, sure. It's a strange thing to hear someone say your last name when you're not used to people saying your last name, but I appreciated it.
People say my last name all the time.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
So I took the opportunity, because Marnie's not here, to kick us off with the news, with the reporting that Essendon skipper Zach Merrett is reportedly weighing up a trade.
Yeah.
Mitch Cleary reporting that Merrett, despite being contracted until the end of 2027, is debating agitating to break that contract and search for success elsewhere. He is likely to win his sixth best and fairest with the Bombers this year. He's now played 250 AFL games, all of them weren't winning finals, none of them. So Essendon is reported to be unequivocal in its stance that it won't trade Merritt, but it's worth noting that St Kilda came very hard for Merritt last year. He weighed up that advance with his partner. Ultimately, it never progressed to a discussion with the Saints.
Tom wants to talk. Now, I'm just going to say, Tom, be nice.
I'm just over the moon. I hadn't heard this. This is news to me.
Didn't you say it on Sunday?
No, that was Jordan Ridley. Imagine if they lost Zach Merritt and Jordan Ridley.
No, that's sad.
I would be sad for Essendon, but my God. Wow, that's huge.
I'm sick of these. I'm going to turn into a pundit. Well, they're all in contract.
They are, but they've had such a rough trot. They've never won a game.
Yeah, but don't sign a contract with them. Then.
That's true. That's fair. That's the same thing. I think that's fair. Don't sign long term if you're going to want out when things don't go your way. I agree with that. But I reckon Zach's had it rough. So get out of there. If Oscar Adams, Allen can just leave after 2 years of being captain and be like, I can't handle the Eagles, then surely Zach Merritt after 10 years can walk out on the Dons. You know, like it makes much sense.
Not Geelong though, please.
No, he needs to come to the Suns. Jordan Ridley and Merritt need to come to the Suns.
No, there's no room at the Suns.
Yeah, they can have Matt Rao back.
What do you reckon, Paddy?
Well, I was going to say, speaking of the Suns, if we're going to continue on players breaking contracts, Michael Voss has told Blues fans on their website that Charlie Curnow will be playing for Carlton in 2026, despite Curnow reportedly raising a prospect of a trade in his exit meeting, which was shut down by the club. Caroline Wilson went on to report that he is desperate to get out and that he'll take a pay cut to leave. Curnow has met with Dean Cox, Cleary also reports, and there's also interest, Tom, from the Gold Coast Suns.
Oh, yeah, we'd be stoked to have him. And I think that's so... I mean, he'll just force his way out. If he's happy to take a pay cut, then he'll just get out. Like, that's what happens, right? They'll play as tough as they can, Carlton, but he will get out, right?
Well, they'll say... Carlton will just say through the entire trade period, he's playing here next year. And he was playing here next year, and then the whole time, that whole trade radio from 4 a.m. all the way down to midnight will be saying they're talking about it.
Yeah.
And anyone who's asked will say no, and then at some point it's like, yeah, he plays for Swans now.
Yeah, exactly.
But
right.
there's also just like, I think this happens every year where it's like obvious. It happened with Melbourne with Petrarca and Oliver for multiple years where they just keep saying, nah, my word is he's gone. He's out the door. He's cleaned out his locker. And then as soon as they're wrong, it's like, That's true, actually. In my head, I was thinking they always get done. But you're right. They don't always get done, do they? Like Oliver
People stop talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good example of stuff that doesn't get done. But sometimes people are happy to stay as well. Same with Cozzy. Didn't Cozzy want to go to Freo but was happy to stay? Like,
he was a softer one. It was like, if you could do it, that'd be nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe it's not as done. In my mind, genuinely, if it's a rumour, it gets done. But maybe that's not true.
I say genuinely too much.
Yeah. So do I.
Good takeaways. Didn't want to start on contracts. I just thought I could just play Marnie's role with the Bombers. So sorry, Marnie, when you're listening. I wanted to stay with the Suns, Tom, because David Swallow has announced that he is retiring at the end of the year. He is the only Suns player on the list currently that was there in 2010 at the dawn of the club. He started out as a 17-year-old playing for the VFL Suns all the way back in 2010. He was then picked at number 1 in the draft, played in their first ever game against Carlton. He's played 247 games. He'll get at least one more against the Dockers at the elimination final on Saturday night. Only Robbie Flower, Broden, played more games of VFL football without playing in a final, 269. Sean Lemon's also announcing his retirement from the Suns.
Well, can I just quickly say what a fucking champion and a legend. And I reckon he'd be the only staff member that's there from the inaugural Suns as well. Like a genuine part of the woodwork. But I do want to put it to you. What game is Damien Hardwick playing by promising him a final publicly?
AFL football.
Because you know how we talked about how he's playing he plays these narrative games, Paddy?
The Jai Farah Jacob Townsend story, yep.
Yeah. There's something in this because Swallow, as much as I love him and he's a legend, he hasn't been in our best 22. He's played sub 5 or 6 times. So I'm interested in what storyline he's going for. Is it we got to win against Freo for David sort of thing, you know?
Totally, he'd be playing that.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll play sub, and I like him as a sub. But, he definitely hasn't been best 22 all year.
I remember when he was drafted at the number 1 draft pick in 2011, was it?
Mm-hmm.
I was, by golly, 22 years
21,
old.
I was 21, yeah.
And just head full of hair.
Yeah, so much.
I could rub my hands through it and not get to the other side. There was that much hair.
Yeah.
And have a look at David Swallow now. I mean, my memory, because at number one picks, at around this time, there was the Tom Scullys of the world. And
Yeah.
you're like, number one picks are going to be stars.
Yes.
And he's just been consistent for...
He's been very consistent. I do feel like it is one
never
of
a
those things.
star, though.
No, I think he may have done an ACL at one point, or did he have 1 year off, I think, which didn't help. But I do think he was just like, an extremely solid contributor. And out of that draft year, I don't think it was a mega draft. I think there's a bunch of other great players in there, like Tom Lynch and others, but I don't think there was like a premium superstar midfielder in that draft crop, I don't think.
Do you remember his brother's name who played for North Melbourne?
Mav Weller, and we tried to get him up on the Suns as well.
No.
That's Lockie
And
Weller's brother.
David Swallow's brother is not Mav Weller.
No, I was thinking of Lockie
What?
Weller, because we tried to, when we recruited Lockie Weller, we tried to get Mav Weller to come play
Paddy,
with
did you
us.
hear that?
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Who was David Swallow's brother? He played for Kangaroos.
Andrew Swallow.
And we tried to get him to play for us as
You
well.
did.
It's the same as the Weller thing. That's
Did
why I was conflating
Did
them.
you?
I did. Look,
The way that all happened was incredible.
I just had a
I
muddle.
said, you know the brother who plays for the Roos? And you said, yep, Mav Weller. And then I said,
Who played for the Saints.
and then
anyway,
you
I
went,
think.
oh, what's his name? He played for the Roos. I said, I just said that.
Sorry.
Anyway,
We're on tour.
thank you, Paddy. Go on.
Tour
I
brand.
really enjoyed that. So just to continue on with the Suns, their game against Fremantle is going to be their largest crowd ever for an AFL game. We're expecting near 60,000 in a sellout at Perth Stadium. It will eclipse the near 52k crowd the Suns played in front of, also at Perth Stadium in early 2018 against the Eagles. And Nathan Fyfe, if Fremantle are to lose, that'll be his last game if he's to play. So it will be either Swallow or Fyfe's last AFL game.
Far out. Well, is one guitar on the roof enough?
Need 5.
You need a few more guitars. Hey, Tame Impala Man is in LA from reports. There was a photo of him getting excited at 2 a.m. watching the game. Does he come back for this game?
Not for this game, surely.
For a finals, an elimination finals
Yeah,
game?
I guess it's pretty hype. I know the Suns are hype. We just hit our all-time membership record, 30,000. A lot of people are flying over to the game, I hear. Like
Really?
Big Suns contingent are going over. That's probably like a few thousand, but still, it's a huge deal.
That's great they hit that.
I would have been going there if we weren't going to New Zealand.
Yeah, no, you're going the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited about this now. There's 2 stars potentially on the. It's like a wrestling thing. It's like the pink slip.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get through to keep your star alive, keep him in the game. What else, Pad?
I wanted to touch on the rest of the finals. So we'll start with Adelaide and Collingwood. The top layer to this, Isaac Rankin, has returned from overseas this week. He faced the media at the airport, issued a public apology, for directing a homophobic slur at a Collingwood player, for which he received a 4-match suspension. It was a prepared statement at the airport. He noted that he was in no way a victim and that he takes full responsibility. He said his trip overseas to Italy, which was broken by 7 News last week, gave him time to reflect and to educate himself. He committed to apologising personally to both his teammates and Crows AFLW players on return to the footy club, and a note that he can only play again this year if the Crows are to make the grand final following a qualifying final loss to Collingwood. They play the Pies on Thursday night at the Adelaide Oval. I had a view on this, which I'll open up to the floor, but I was surprised that this presser didn't take place before Isaac went overseas. I think that would have been a better directive from the club.
I agree, Pad. I thought it was a quite genuine, good apology, and I would have loved to have seen it on the Monday after. That was my only takeaway, that I thought, well said, Isaac, but probably should have rolled that out even before the punishment was handed down.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yep. The other final. So continuing on the Adelaide Collingwood final. So Max Michelini has been cleared to return, which is massive for the Crows. Josh Rochelle, though, won't be fit to face the Magpies. He will be available for the Crows' second final, no matter when that is. The Collingwood side of things, at the time of recording, they are
Mason
reportedly
Cox.
weighing up Mason Cox coming back for
Why?
a sore damn stay. Bobby Hill also won't play.
Yeah, let's get older and slower. Great idea.
But I'm scared as an opposing fan of Collingwood of Mason Cox
Because he
because
shows up for finals, doesn't he?
he destroyed the Tigers
Yeah.
in 2019.
I know, yeah, he did.
No,
Yeah,
18.
thank you.
Yeah, and I remember that. But like he just does. He's a great mark and a really good kick at goal. Like he really is. And I'm sure he makes lots of silly mistakes. But my view of the Goggle Man from Texas, the
Yeah.
Texas Goggle Man,
Texas Goggle Man.
is that
The Texas Goggle
He
Man
always
massacre.
he marks big marks and he kicks goals. So like he could be. This is very much in his wheelhouse to come into this game and kick 5 or something. You know?
Yeah, totally. He hasn't played much all year though, right?
No, he hasn't.
No, he's been the VFL.
Yeah, it reminds me of the 2020 elimination final where Collingwood went over to play West Coast and they were labelled the Dirty Pies. They had to do this whole quarantine situation, and then Mason Cox just went crazy in the first quarter. It'll be a similar reception, I think, at the Adelaide Oval. Like, the Crows haven't played a final since 2017. Like, they are going to be up and about for it. And I think that's the kind of environment that Mason Cox, in his vaudevillian way, will get up for.
Yes. Yeah. Scared. I'm scared.
I just really want to riff on the Texas Goggle Man for longer.
No, you can. Our animators, our people who listen and draw us a picture of the Texas Goggle Man.
Yeah, but
It's
like,
like
I
the
feel
chainsaw. The chainsaw. Like, yes, they're known for their big characters.
Yeah.
Cowboy hats and such.
The Texas Goggle Man barbecue could be a restaurant he could open.
Yes. I would go to I'll go to any barbecue in Melbourne.
Yeah.
What else, Patrick?
On Friday night, Geelong hosts Brisbane in a game that my brother will be doing a Broden at and working at the MCG. Max Holmes plays his 100th game, and I feel like no one said a single thing about this game of footy because we're all so sick of these two teams being too good.
So Geelong and Brisbane. But this will be the game of the round. I don't know who wins this game. And Tom over here said the other day, these games with the second chances, they're less interesting. But these two, as boring, finals can be pretty boring usually, where the two teams who win the the top 4 games, go through, they have a week off, they win their next ones, play in a grand final. It's pretty straightforward usually. So it's kind of cool to say that one of these two teams, usually is in a grand final.
Yeah. No, I think I'm happy to back whoever wins out of Cats, and whoever wins out of Cats and Brisbane will probably be my flag favourites.
Any talks of big changes for either of them?
I haven't seen much at all. The main question, I think, for me is, and there was a good article on AFL.com about this, is that poor old Max Holmes, his finals history in recent years hasn't been exceptional. The last final the Cats played was a prelim final in which he did his hamstring, and he, of course, missed out in the 2022 grand final with an injury, which ruled him out of the romp-in against the Swans. So I think he's a really fun story. The main thing that stood out to me is that Max Holmes feels like a player who's been around for a lot longer than 100 games to be playing as well as he is right now for the Cats.
Agree.
Yep. So I can't wait for this game of football. It's one I really want to be able to watch.
What else?
We'll move on to the other finals. So first up, the Giants and the Hawks. Jesse Hogan is expected to return from injury in the elimination final alongside Jake Stringer and Josh Kelly for the Giants. For Hawthorn, Josh Weddle is in the frame to return from a back injury. He got through a VFL final with Box Hill last week, and it's 5v8 this final somehow. Yeah, this is going to be a super game of footy on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, Jesse Hogan playing is really interesting. I don't know. I reckon I'd put him at like 40% fitness. Like I think he's crawling through. That's worrying.
You can sub him out, I guess, if you're not vibing it. But I think, who are the other two ins? Jake Stringer and
Josh Kelly and Jake Stringer
Kelly.
probably will play as well.
They're fucking massive.
Yeah,
they're
massive.
So maybe you roll the dice on Hogan because you got those two back, you know,
Yeah.
and you just say fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Cool.
a question with the Giants whether Jack Buckley and Brent Daniels play. Buckley will be significant for them considering we know the Hawks like to go tall. We've spoken a fair bit about Gold Coast and Freo as well. That game's on the Saturday night. My question to you is it Flake Mantle or are we getting the full Gold Coast experience?
Yes.
Because this feels like two batteries touching against each other. Like there's going to be some sort of reaction. I think we
That'll be
throw to
great.
Tom for this.
That'll be awesome. That'll be so exciting.
Yeah, I think I've got a feeling that they'll both show up.
Oh, I like that.
I feel like all these games are going to be close into the wire. I feel like they're all well matched. As the week's gone by, at first I thought Freo were going to smash us, but now I'm not so sure. I feel like they'll be a little nervous at home. Big
That's
occasion.
what the finals are, though. They are overthinking games.
Yeah.
And we go, but maybe, but also, but how about, and then the most obvious thing happens.
The most obvious thing happens. But yeah, I do think I think we've been equally poor and equally as good at times. I think it's just the home ground advantage that Freo has. So
Interesting.
yeah, I don't know. I think it'll be a good game.
You got any AFLW news over there, Patrick?
Spot on. So we'll start, unfortunately, again with the Suns and Charlie Rowbottom, who has been sidelined with an AC joint injury at the time of recording. That's a shoulder injury, by the way. Her return is yet to be confirmed, but the news is a bit better for Jazz Garner. She went down with that ankle injury in a massive beat-up over Wollullup. The news is good
Garner,
for her. Yep, 2 weeks.
Best player in the league, and we were worried it was going to be a season for the best player in the league, but it's only 2 weeks, which is still massive, by the way. Let me do the... 12, 2, 3,
It's probably 23%.
Is that what it is?
Abound, yeah.
Abound?
Around.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about Charlie Rowbottom. The first time hearing of it. That's really upsetting. Like, easily, by far and away, our best player.
Yeah, we'll get a timeline for Charlie
Season's on
during
ice
the
though,
week.
mate.
Yeah.
What else?
There's a story that I'm really excited about. Lauren Young. So she hasn't played an AFLW game yet. She's now a test to play this weekend for Yardapulti after recovering from an ACL injury. But her story, she won the Sandford W League Best and Fairest when she was 15 years old, and in the same year was also an All-Australian at an under-19s level. She did her knee as a junior, came back, was picked out of the Port Adelaide Next Gen Academy to play for the Power, graduated to the AFLW side, and then did her knee again, missed of all of 2024 and the start of 2025. But hopefully we'll see her in the weeks to come.
So she's a forward, I'm reading. That's exciting. So she could be an absolute gun just with a slow start to her career, or a stunted, or a stilted start to her career. That's exciting. Keep an eye out for Lauren Young.
Yep.
Big in after an absolute pumping of the Suns on the weekend. Like, from strength to strength.
Rise of the Power. Is it still? Is this round also another? It's a dream, a Indigenous round as well. It is
4 Saturday games, 5 Sunday games as well for the AFLW.
How do
So
you feel-
settle in on the Sunday.
Yeah. How do you feel about this? I actually quite like the Saturday and Sunday and being able to watch through them and check in on the games and pick them over 2 days. How do you feel?
Yeah, I quite enjoy... I mean, this is... To be completely frank with you, the one part of last year's condensed fixture that I liked was Tuesday or Wednesday night football because
That's
it meant
true
that I
as
could
well.
watch footy every night because I'm a nuffy.
Yeah, you are a serial killer.
Having 5 Sunday games in a row, just sitting back to back to back on the couch and consuming it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not currently trying to watch every game. I'm cherry picking games and then watching highlights, right? Because there's so much fucking footy on. So for me, it's more than fine. But if you were trying to catch every game, it would be rough for sure.
100%. Anything else, Pat?
I think that's me covered for the news. Is there anything that I've missed?
I don't think so. I think you've done a very good job. I think you've been a great seat warmer for Marns. And I could see that journalism degree coming out. Did you do any other degrees with it?
No, I just did a comms degree. Comms degree
Comms.
majoring in journalism is the
You are a
technical
good
term.
communicator.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do think that.
Oh, that's kind.
Quite sincerely. Give us a sting for a little segment we like to call With a Fat Drop. Tipping.
Tipping. Tipping. Tipping.
There it was. PHAT. Let's start with the finals. It's exciting. Happy finals, everyone.
So exciting.
Happy finals to you all in this. Do you know the Essendon Melbourne Grand Final was played like yesterday, 25 years ago?
Essendon, Melbourne. Don't remember it. Who won?
Essendon.
Did they?
Yes,
Was
but,
that the James Hird
but
one?
I'm just saying the finals haven't even started yet, and 25 years ago it was finishing now.
Yeah, that makes no sense because isn't it always that last day in September?
One day in September.
Ah, interesting.
Not the last day in September.
I thought it was always the
They
last.
wouldn't play it on a Tuesday.
The
yeah.
last Saturday of December
What?
is when Christmas comes.
Last day of December is not when Christmas
I
comes.
said the last Saturday of December.
But that's not true either.
Yeah, that'd be nice. A floating fixture for the.
That's
for
true
Christmas.
for like Anzac Day
Is it?
and for maybe your Easter. Last weekend of April.
Yeah.
Last day of December is Christmas Day.
Last day of
What the
December, it's Christmas on.
Why
a
are you singing the
Saturday.
melody of One Day in September by Mike Brady to the... Truly, this is a cry for help from this man. He's truly... we wanted to talk about the Texas...
He's got
I
so
really
much
wanted
more
to
touring
read-
to go, and your brain's
Yeah, he's
already
lost
like
it.
this, Tom. I'm
Absolute-
genuinely concerned.
I really like the Texas Goggle Man.
Shush.
That's all. That's all I'm
Finals
saying.
week 1, Thursday night, 7:40. Tonight at 7:40. I shouldn't even say the time because, it's going to be at 7:10 over there. Get home from work early, Adelaide people. Get ready.
Yeah.
travel the 3 minutes home quickly because at Adelaide Oval, Pies are taking on the Adelaide Crows. As you've already said, they don't get Rochelle back. They are missing Rankin this time. Mason Cox, who I like to call the
Texas Goggle Man.
The Texas Goggle Man is in.
The Texas Goggle Man match of the week.
No Bobby Hill, obviously. And who else were they getting back?
They're getting Max Michaelani. We haven't seen teams drop yet at the time of recording, but the Crows have cleared him to return. They just have to
And no
select him.
Rochelle, but...
No Rochelle.
Yeah. On the telly. No Rochelle on the telly for us.
And who won when they played this game 2 weeks ago?
Adelaide Crows.
Adelaide, but it was close, wasn't it?
It was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and Collingwood kicked away early in the start. They went bang, bang, bang,
They
bang.
went bang, bang.
Is that right? That's right, yeah. They went bang, 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 bang. And then Crows came back again. If I was the Crows, I'd be going, don't let them go bang, 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 and game over.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Just defend early.
And I would say, if I was Matthew Nix and the coaching team at Adelaide, I'd say, hey, make sure you're up at 3/4 time by heaps, and then we can just go home.
Then we can
Because
just
Collingwood
cruise.
don't come back.
Kick it back.
They're not very used to that. What do you think, Pad?
I actually think Collingwood win.
Yeah.
I really like Adelaide. I think that there is something in most teams when they make the jump from outside the 8 to the top 8, they have to go through sort of a level of heartbreak before the footy gods go, all right, you're welcomed in.
I kind of feel similarly. I kind of feel like it happens often where there's a game and then there's a return game and it's completely different, you know? All the cards have been shown. Maybe all the cards haven't been shown, but the second time you meet, it's a bigger, it's a thing.
I agree with that. I think it'll be very different to how the last game went, but I feel like I can't go past Adelaide in a tipping sense. I feel like I've got to back them in.
Are we all tipping Collingwood?
No, I'll tip Adelaide. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pat and I are tipping Collingwood. The next game, Friday night, at the MCG, which stands for the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Really important to clarify with everyone, there is no cricket in this game. Even though the stadium was purpose-built for cricket, really important to state that for over 100 years now, over almost 150 years, they have played Aussie rules football there as well. I know cricket is in the name of the stadium, but I just want to be really clear on that it's an AFL game.
It's clear.
It's between Brisbane and Geelong. Two different kinds of cat, both from the cat family.
Yeah, and one is big and will eat the other one.
Yes. A house cat would have no chance against a lion or any member of the pride, and so that in that respect the Lions win.
Yeah, I think the Lions win this. All respect to the Cats, I think they're very good. Obviously, have been for 26 years, but I do feel like Brisbane are just so stacked and so good.
It's exciting, right? Because Cats have been playing the Preston Bull Ants for the last 10 weeks, respectfully to the AFL teams they've been playing, but they haven't been playing the best, right? So this is the one you really can't pick.
Yeah.
Maybe Carlton come out, Carlton, and that would be really surprising. That would really... But if Geelong came out, that would be less surprising, but it wouldn't be surprising if Geelong came out and just had all this stuff ready to go. All their players, they've been able to rest. Their fitness is up. Their hamstrings are feeling good. And they just go for it. Whereas Lions, granted, a fortnight ago now, played Hawthorn and it was a tussle, even though they blew them out in the end. They've been playing games.
Yeah, I think Brisbane has the better list and the better team, but I worry about a Chris Scott special because he's a very good coach.
Yeah. What do you think, Pad?
Yeah, I'm for a different rationale to the rough size of a house cat to you, Broden, but I am also tipping the Lions to beat the Cats. Same thinking. I think Geelong have been playing the Preston Bull Ants for a little while. I keep tipping against Brisbane, and then they beat Fremantle over there, and then they beat up on the Hawks as well. I think this is Brisbane. We know that they're now very good at the MCG. They've got through that little point in their up and up where they couldn't win a game in Melbourne. They've overcome that, and they smashed the Cats, I believe, down in Geelong earlier in the season as well. I'm going to read into that form a little bit. So the Lions for me.
Oh, it's all so true. Who do you put on Cameron?
Harris Andrews, right? Like I assume.
Harris Andrews?
What are the other options?
To be honest, I'd be... Because Jeremy Cameron is so mobile and he's able to work his way up the ground. And I'll be honest, I don't think I've watched the games in full between Geelong and Brisbane this year, but I wonder if Ryan Lester will get the matchup because he's very mobile. And I like Harris Andrews when he gets to peel off.
They really played them well, I remember now. they really, because Geelong were doing all year that play an extra player back. They would drop an extra player back, and then as soon as you kicked it to that extra player in their defence, they would slingshot and go for it. And every team, either teams would go, no, we're just going to play our game, or they would put someone on that extra defender. But I believe Brisbane really just changed up how they brought the ball in. Like they would bring it in on angles, or they would bring it in low. But the last thing they wanted was for a Geelong player to get the ball once it was inside their 50. And it was very, very effective, I remember. Neither of you are impressed with my footy knowledge.
That was very good. I was just thinking to myself of who else they could put there. I wonder if Duday hasn't been playing, but that would be funny if he got the Cameron job.
I just read through some old articles, and Leicester has previously got the job on Jezza, so I think they'll probably stick to that. And then I think Andrews or Gardner will look after Shannon Neal.
Yeah.
Shannon Neal is a threat. I always forget about him because he's 27 and it's a first-year player.
No, but he's been very good. But also,
very good.
But Cameron is the one who has kicked
86.
Heaps and heaps of goals.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm actually going to tip Geelong just because of I'm doing something. And but the next game is Saturday, 3:15, down the road from where old mate Tom and I are.
Yeah.
GWS and Hawthorn.
We haven't organised to go to this yet, but we should talk about it after this.
Yeah, we should have a
podcast.
little come to Jesus moment.
Yeah. Oh, this is such a great game. Like I think GWS are better, but have been flaking all over the shop. I think Hawthorn are really awesome. I think football wins.
The last 3 times that these teams have played against each other, it was Hawthorn by 12 points earlier in the year. Then last year, Giants by 2. Earlier last year, Hawks by 6. So it's always been close. But I feel like they've barely come up against each other. I have Hawthorn winning.
Yeah.
Which feels like a difficult tip for the 8th place team to beat the 5th place team. But especially if Josh Weddle comes back and he's fit, I think he makes them such a better team with the way that they can transition the football to their bigger guys up front. And I think their form at Hawthorn has been much better than their position on the ladder suggests.
I'm going Giants. I think they're really good.
Yeah, coin flip for me. But if Brent Daniels is in, that tips it to Giants for me. So that's a watch for me. But I think Brent Daniels is one of their best players, or was at times last year.
And then Saturday night, Dockers, Suns, Flakes. Flakes go head to head. I'll just be honest. Fremantle will win this.
Nah. Get on board the Suns. Well, as a podcast, I'm the only person with a team in the finals, and it's the first time we've ever been in the finals. You should all be fucking one-eyed supporters of the Suns and get on board.
I'm going to go for them, 100%.
Then the Freo will lose if they have the power of Broden behind them.
No, they'll lose. They'll lose this game, sadly.
I'm tipping the Suns. Fuck yeah.
Freo, sorry.
I think the Tame Impala. I think
they're worse at home. They're better at NG.
I love all this stuff. I'm just going to protect my heart because if Suns got through, that'd be awesome. Because then who would they play? The loser of.
So that's a 6v7. So they play the loser of the 2v3, which is Cats and Lions.
At the MCG or the Gabba.
It's GGs.
So Lions, you pumped.
That's true.
And Cats, you got pumped by.
Yeah.
But at Cardinia, which is a weird little oval.
And we really didn't show up for that game. Like, honestly, I'm not making excuses, but we just really didn't. I think Matt Rowell and Noah Anderson had like 13 disposals each. They just didn't show up.
Who knows, man?
Who knows? But I do think like, I would love to watch this game. So I'm going to avoid spoilers because we'll be on stage.
Yeah.
So you don't tell me nothing.
All right, great. Where was I the other night? I was on stage in a scene, and a man in the crowd caught my eye and just lifted up his phone and showed me the score of a live game as it was happening, and then put his phone back down.
That's so good.
And it really took me out of the show.
Yeah.
Where were we?
I don't know.
I think I was in Hobart.
It must have been in Brisbane last week, right?
No, it was a bye last week.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the week before.
Yeah, it would have been
I think it was
Hobart
Melbourne
game.
Collingwood playing.
Yeah,
Melbourne Collingwood were in
yeah.
Hobart. Put the phone up in. And I just remembered it. But
That's funny.
Shall we jump over to... Give me the tipping sting again. For the W tipping, round 4.
Tipping. Tipping.
Far out, Brussels sprout. This is going to be a great game.
Oh, yeah.
We're starting with Melbourne-Richmond. We're just going to send a message to the poor old Tigers. We weren't great against the Pies, Grant. Like, Pies held with us, and this game is down at Casey Fields, which we know well, and give us a few extra points there. Pretty straightforward. I think that the Ds, I'm just so wrapped with how they're playing. Taylor Harris is such a huge impact, and even though she didn't get much of it, she had 2 absolute ripper marks in that game that I didn't talk about on the weekend. How do you feel about the Tigers, Pad?
Yeah, I think Narm win this by whatever margin you want. I quite like how Richmond have gone from playing in a bathtub up in Darwin to playing in a hurricane out in Casey Fields.
Yeah.
A lot of flying around.
That is tough, actually. That's just another reason for Nam to win. And then they've got to get a flight from Melbourne to Casey Fields as well.
Yeah, bang. Tom goes bang. Tom goes bang.
Doesn't he?
And then later that day, we've got where is this? A People First Stadium.
People First. This will be a ripper.
Suns versus Giants. This is a real rough, real sad situation.
Yeah, I'm hyped for it, though. This is potentially our only win of the season.
Suns
so
get their first win here.
Havana Harris won the Rising Star nomination this week.
Yes.
Fucking legend. Kicked 1 goal too, I think. Is looking like a very positive shining light in a not so positive season. So
Correct.
I'll have Suns to win and Havana to kick 4.
Pad?
Yeah, I was going to say this too. I feel like this has got Havana Harris legacy game written all over it. So
Yeah.
Suns to win by heaps.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Sad for the Giants.
Yeah, next game, Carlton, who we were recording and couldn't talk about it, but beat the Lions at Brighton Bank Heritage Stadium Arena, Springfield.
They're having such a come up this year, hey? Like,
Yeah, what about the Lions, though? Where are the Lions at?
I'm not so worried about the Lions, but I'm excited about Carlton. I think they were so good in opening round, which we went to.
This is a
so
Carlton
good
podcast.
on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but like Lions are out of the 8.
Yeah.
And they're the powerhouses. You know, they're the ones you go through to get to a flag.
They'll be right, I reckon.
I don't know. I know they start slow. I've heard that they start slow, but still, they've got the doggies. So poor old doggies we're not even going to talk about, but
No.
Carlton are going to win again. So they're
Yeah.
going to consolidate their place in the top 8.
It's really exciting.
And then Hawthorn Saners, Yoro Yorok. Hawthorn at Kazali Stadium. Hang on, is that Cairns?
I think it is Cairns.
Why are they playing in Cairns?
I love that they're playing in Cairns. Paddy's doing a little check for us as we do it, but I remember when I was shooting a television show up there, I would go up to Cairns. Kazali Stadium is an AFL outpost up there. There's a very big, fancy football club up there.
Because I think the Suns have played there a few times as well,
Yeah.
I believe. But it's just odd that why is Hawthorn and Euro York playing
I
up there?
don't know, but I'm here for it.
Fun.
That'll be great.
Feels like a typo to me, but
Yeah, well, I would check. I would double check. And then I'm tipping Hawthorn for that one. Sane is
me too.
struggling. Henson Park, Saturday afternoon. Is this what that is?
yes.
Henson Park, Sydney Freo. That's a classic Sydney Henson Park game. That's like
Yeah.
a vibe to get to. What time is it on?
105.
Here?
Yeah, so we could go to that and then... Oh, no, this is Sunday, Broden. This is Sunday. So
RIP
we'll be
us,
in
New Zealand,
Wellington.
Aotearoa. Bummer. But that'll be a great one. Sydney are coming very hard. They're ready to go. You tip Sydney here, don't you, against Walyulup, Freo? Dockers?
Yeah, although very impressed with Walyulup last week. Hopefully they give it a good shot.
Same Pad?
Yeah, I think Sydney, they've had such a good start to the season. I can't wait to see the crowd at this game. Polly Porridge is going to have the best time ever.
Yeah. Oh, Polly Porridge is the people of the people. Person of the people.
Person of the people.
Polly Porridge, person of the people.
People person.
Norwood Oval, Guana taking on Brisbane Lions. Ooh.
Game of the round
a
vibes.
must win for the Lions.
Yeah.
A must win for the Lions.
I think the Lions somehow managed to get this done. It's so tough, but I don't know. I just feel like they're still incredible. But Crows have been sick too. Tough. Flip of the coin.
What do you reckon, Pat?
Yeah, I've got the Lions as well, Tom. I think that still believe in Brisbane. I think they can bounce back. I think the Crows' form has been a little bit up and down. I love games played at Norwood so much. It might be my favourite ground in the country.
Tom,
Fuck
Paddy, I played there.
Yeah, I know.
They named a stand after me,
They
I
did.
believe. I haven't checked though.
I'm going to play there next year.
Yeah, I like that.
When I play for the Div 12 Rezzies, because they go play that game over there.
You see,
don't
they
play-
lost their grand final, Tom. Sad news.
Yeah,
I saw that, yeah. But I've lost 20 kilos, so only 30 more to go until I can play midfield.
They lost a flag. He lost 20 kilos. Hey, how's the run going? How many Ks you done?
I've done 14. 2 days in, I've done 14K, so I've done 7 each day. Went to the gym after the show last night and
How
got
was
in
it?
7. I fucking loved it. I love it. I'm feeling really confident in myself at the moment. Because when I
Are you
weighed
feeling
myself,
yourself?
yeah, when I weighed myself at the gym and I'd lost 20, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was so surprised and like so stoked with myself. So I'm like, I'm a fucking running machine, mate. I'm ready to fucking take the season by storm next year, mate. Really
Right.
take the league by storm.
Yeah,
you know?
what if you become like a great player?
Well, I'm very uncoordinated and not good at sport, so I won't do that. But I may clunk a mark and kick a goal next year.
That'd be exciting.
That'd be overs, I reckon.
I'm tipping Guana, by the way. I
Yeah.
think they'll do it at home, and I'm worried about Brisbane. That's where I'm sitting.
Fuck yeah.
Just checking. Okay, Paddy, I thought was frozen.
No, he's just
He was
very
just
still.
very locked in.
It's the journalist in him. He's very still and focused.
And then poor old Colling would have to drive to the other side of the city to just get
Get
absolutely pumped.
Another record?
Yeah, it could be.
120 plus for
I mean,
Kangas?
Pies really showed up against the D's
Yeah.
and couldn't get it done. But North are monsters.
Yeah,
And they're
a
going to...
rung above Melbourne. Yeah.
Oh, disrespectful. But, I'm so thankful we don't come up against them in the regular
yeah,
season. Though.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think 98% of people are tipping North, and I think that's fair. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think North win. North's VFLW team actually beat Collingwood's VFLW team in the VFLW Grand Final at the weekend as well. So it's a chance for a double down for the Kangas.
So I spoke about it at length on Sunday, Pad, but then in the moment, because you weren't there, I couldn't work out whether they were actually affiliated with North or I was
panicked.
confused because they were in Tassie, so I panicked and then we just cut it later.
That's funny. I've had this issue when I was calling a North game, is that they're called North Melbourne Werribee, so they have a partnership
Yes,
with Werribee.
that's right. It's not Tassie. But wasn't the game in Tassie or something?
And then the AFLW team is North Melbourne Tasmanian Kangaroos.
Yeah. So-
That's where I was getting confused.
Which I've not heard enough about, to be honest.
No.
It's like when North came in, there was this whole thing. They are Tasmanian
Yeah.
as well as North.
Yeah.
But you really don't, apart from playing some games, there's no real affiliation.
But I know the men have stopped their Tasmania connection, right? But the women are continuing it. So at least until Tassie's in, they're still continuing that partnership for another couple of years at least.
Yeah, I think the easiest way to go about it is just call them the Kangaroos like it's 1998.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I like Kangaroos.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Windy Hill game, great ground.
Oh, lovely.
Geelong, that's it. People are tipping this weird. Essendon,
Yeah.
Geelong. Most people are tipping Geelong here, which I disagree with. Essendon
Yeah.
are good.
I think they've been really good, Essendon.
Essendon are good.
From what I've seen, they've been really great.
Geelong are. Have they won?
Let's have a look. No, Geelong have not won a game.
And they're not a lose. They're not as bad as Suns or Giants
Yeah, so this is 4th versus 16, and yet everyone's tipping Geelong.
because of Geelong culture. Like truly, it's the organisation. Like but Essendon are good, right?
I think so.
They might be tired off a Darwin flight, but
Yeah.
3-0.
I think they're both mid-table teams, to be honest, in 2025. I think the Dons
Yes.
are probably... I was expecting them to be towards the bottom part of that middle tier and the Cats towards the top part of the middle tier. But Essendon's beaten the Giants, the Eagles in a close one, and then Richmond in Darwin. So I don't think they've played some great teams to start off, whereas the Cats have played North, the Crows, and the Swans. So
Yeah.
tricky run. I'm tipping Geelong in this one.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but I think Ben Brown will get it, and the wonderful team there will get it done. And then Walich Marawa Eagles taking on Yatapulti Power. Kind of a nice little lineup here. Power have done well. And, yeah, Walich Mara, an Eagles team, is in the top 8. And the
Yeah.
Eagles are excited about it. So this is a good game. Yatapulti were sitting 10th.
I feel like Eagles, I think Ella Roberts has been so impressive. Yarrabulti have been not so great and before last weekend. I don't know. This will be an awesome game, but I'm feeling Eagles for sure.
I think that's fair.
I think this is game of the round candidate. I think it'll be a really fun watch. These are two teams that really like to play offensive, aggressive footy. It'll be end to end. It'll be great fun. And I think Yatapulti will win it.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Well, that's all the tipping. Now, I'm in a big problem here.
Yeah.
I've been booted out of my AFLW login And
Should be the same as your AFL one.
Yeah, I can't sign in.
Oh, no.
And I don't remember my password, so I did none of that tipping, and I don't remember who I tipped.
Oh, no, Broden. You're going to get 0 tips like you do every other week.
Well, that's all the tips done. Enjoy the finals this week. Enjoy a bit of W as well. We're going to see if we can go to a game. Paddy, are you going to go to any of these games?
I think I'm doing some Father's Day duties. I was initially going to actually be calling the
You're a father?
Cats v Essendon Day game out at Windy Hill, which I was looking forward to, but I'm not doing that anymore. So I think I'll just watch it at home.
Is it Father's Day this weekend?
It is Father's
is.
Day on Sunday, bro.
Dear God.
Can't believe neither of you said anything to me about it. Like, you know.
You're not my dad.
No, but I have a son.
He's my dad.
Did you tell him about what you did for Atlas?
I didn't. Should I talk about it?
Yeah.
Really quickly. So, like, me and my wife are quite frugal, right, Paddy? Like, we like to try and save money where we can.
Big Aldi shoppers these
Yeah,
days.
we don't try and blow out stuff, you know. We're young parents of 2, and my wife hasn't worked for a couple of years because of maternity leave, you know, so we try and be frugal. And I got a little emotional because I missed my son the other day, and it's his birthday on Friday. So shout out to Atlas for his birthday on Friday, his 3rd birthday, and I went online and I ordered the biggest fucking, most expensive fucking ride-on, what are they called? Ride-on tractors?
He bought him a tractor.
I bought him a tractor.
Like a real operational tractor.
Like this big fucking massive ride-on thing, and I was just like, oh, my wife is going to be very upset with me, but fuck it, I want my son to have a giant ride-on fucking tractor.
So has it arrived?
Yeah, it has. So I got a message from my wife this morning, and it said, I'll read it verbatim. Oh no, my phone's over there.
Didn't it say along the lines of...
I'll pull it up on the iPad.
Just while you're finding it, how tall in meters is this tractor? How high?
No,
is it?
I don't think it's that big. I think it's still for a toddler. But
it's
I got a
operational.
message. Yeah, I got a message at 10:40 in the morning. Did you order Atty a ride-on digger? I said yes, for his birthday. And then she didn't respond to me for several hours. And I won't go into the next conversation.
Well, happy birthday, Alice. I hope you enjoy your industry standard John Deere tractor. And we hope you enjoy the football this weekend. Paddy, great job. Marnie, we hope you're feeling better. Stay in bed, have a nice big rest. Enjoy those steroids and orange juice.
Nasal sprays.
And nasal spray. Work on it. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy the footy. We'll be back this weekend. Mates Chat this weekend with the very special 20 kilos lighter Tom Zahariu talking about his run for the run to the...
For Crohn's run, I think it's called, isn't it?
Yes, run for Crohn's. And that'll be a good chat. Classic with Tom. We hope you bounce that field.
This is a Grouse House podcast.